Social media, shopping, just browsing, and other things people do on the internet. Long ago, the internet browsed together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the government attacked. Only Edward Snowden, a man who used to work for them, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he dipped and went to Russia. Before this even happened, the geeks and criminals found a safe haven, something the government created. And while its privacy skills are great, it has to be improved before it's ready to protect anyone. But I believe Tor can hide the world.
Rolling. Take 3. Action.
Hello. I can't breathe under this thing. I'm going to take it off. Let's try that again from the top.
Alright, starting over from the top. Take 4, rolling.
Hello, my name is Earl U. Surname, and I am the president of the internet.
That's a weird flex, but alright.
Today I'd like to talk to you about the dark web. Sorry, wrong picture. There we go. Now, what's the first thing that pops into your head when you hear about the dark web? Drugs. Specifically, Vietnamese heroin.
This was supposed to be about privacy.
I was getting to that. You gotta say the interesting stuff first, like really get their attention. Anyways, I'm not talking about that cheap stuff that you get from your dealer. I'm talking about that sweet.
Alright, you should really start talking about privacy, man.
Okay, jeez. So boring. It's not even your project.
I mean, I can leave. You can do this by yourself.
Please don't.
Alright then.
Can we do that again?
Alright, from the top.
Alright. Today I'd like to talk to you about the dark web. Normally, people freak out when they hear about the dark web. That's because they're misinformed about it. They think it's just porn, hitmen, and drugs. And that's pretty accurate for the most part, but it's so much more than that. It's a safe haven where everybody can browse privately without ever having to worry about the government spying on them. Like, ever.
That's a lie.
I know, but it's getting there.
Then why'd you lie?
I'm the president of the internet, William. That's what presidents do. They lie about things. Did I tell you how many people showed up to my inauguration? So many people showed up to my inauguration.
That's a lie. Also, presidents are supposed to tell the truth.
Can we get back to this? Looks through script to find spot. Proceeds to read line directly from script, including this part. It is uncommon for people to associate the dark web with privacy and security. But it's so private, like so secure. It has the most secure servers in the history of server. Is this supposed to be a Trump impersonation? I can't do a Trump voice. I don't even know why I wrote this like that.
Play.
Huh?
You're gonna fail.
It'd be like that sometimes. What makes you say that though?
Well, all you've done so far is say dark web a bunch of times and talk about security and privacy. Like, come on.
It's about digital privacy, William. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? I can talk about why The Last Airbender is the greatest show in the history of shows and why Zuko's character arc is the best arc ever written.
That's not what the project is about.
You want me to hold the camera and you say the words?
Alright, let's do that then.
Alright then.
Hello, I'm Earl U. Surname. Today I'd like to talk to you about...
Well, come take this thing from me. I can't hold a camera straight to save my life.
Jeez, man. Back up a little bit.
So what now?
Talk about why the dark web is so private and maybe how it works.
That's a dope idea. I wonder why I didn't think of it. To understand why the dark web has such high standards for privacy and how it works, we have to go back. Way back. Like, all the way back. Too far. Perfect. In the 1960s, the U.S. Department of Defense developed the Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, or ARPANET, as a way for computers to communicate with each other and send data over a single network. Though the Onion Router, or Tor, the current home of the dark web, wasn't publicly released until 2004, the concept of the dark web dates back to as early as 1970, when other secretive networks were discovered alongside ARPANET. Not long after this, there came deep websites, which are sort of different from dark websites. Deep websites are basically just password-protected sites on the clear web. That's the normal internet for you normal folks out there. Now here's where the magic happens. The 90s. Oh, the 90s. Best 2 years of my life. In the mid-90s, 2 United States Naval Research Laboratory employees...
Why'd you say it like that?
Like what?
Laboratory.
Are you judging my diction, William?
Seriously, I can leave. I have better things to do right now.
Fine. Leave then.
All right.
Go. Wait. Sorry, jeez.
Be nice then.
Fine. In the mid-90s, 2 United States Naval Research Laboratory employees developed the principles of the Onion Router to protect United States intelligence online. The alpha version of Tor was launched in 2002, but it didn't get publicly released until August of 2004. Did I say that right?
Yeah.
After its release, Tor continued to be funded by the government. Now here's the fun part.
Or what?
Here comes the fun part.
What's the fun part? Go.
Crime. Now, even though the dark web was, I should have said Tor project instead of the dark web. Now let's do that again from the top. And from the very beginning, from the my name is Earl username thing.
That's a lie.
Crime. Even though the dark web, the Tor project, whatever, was funded and developed by the government, it's mainly and probably will always be used by criminals. That's the beauty of the dark web. There's so much crime happening that it can't afford to not be private. Like, would you ever buy Vietnamese heroin off the clear web?
Is that a rhetorical question?
I'm asking you an actual question, William.
I wouldn't buy Vietnamese heroin at all. I wouldn't buy Vietnamese heroin. I wouldn't buy heroin anywhere.
You know, fun. But as I was saying, users of the dark web can't afford to not use a private web browser. Because they're all criminals. All of them. Like, every single one. They're using the web and they're taking our jobs.
No.
Well, picture this. Imagine if you could just turn a blind eye to all the drugs and the porn and the illegal stuff and all the crime happening on the dark web, and just picture a place where you can do everything you do on the clear web and never have to worry about compromising your identity or oversharing personal information. That's exactly what the dark, actually that's not what the dark web is at all, but it probably could be, possibly, if we could just move all of our browsing to Tor, like all of it, and leave the government out of it.
You're forgetting something.
What am I forgetting?
How does it work?
Like an onion.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I gotta do research. When a user connects using Tor as a proxy server, Tor finds 3 nodes: entry node, middle node, and exit node. During this discovery, Tor also generates 3 separate shared secret keys, known as symmetric keys, with each node using different Hellman key exchange. Any router among these 3 has no idea what the other 2's keys are. Only the sender has 3 keys so that it can encrypt the data he sends in 3 layers. Once this 3-layer encrypted data is sent through the 3 nodes, entry node decrypts the first layer of encryption using his shared secret key and discovers where to relay the data. But it has no capability to find out the actual data because it's encrypted using a key which it does not have. Then the two-layer encrypted data coming from the entry node is relayed to the middle node. Then, it decrypts the next layer of encryption using its shared secret key as above described. And the decrypted data is relayed to the exit node. The data coming to the exit node is only encrypted in one layer. So when it's decrypted using the exit node's shared secret key, the actual plain text data is revealed. Then, the actual data is sent in plain text to the destination server.
So what's the lesson to be learned from all this?
Well, that the dark web is a bit more secure than the clear web, and that most times you don't have to worry about anybody using your information or selling your browsing not industry, but your browsing history. So you can get flooded with ads, and you get to try to keep the government's nose out your business. But with all the sites that get shut down by the government all the time on the dark web, it's kind of hard to trust in it.
How does this affect the death of digital privacy?
Well, digital privacy is not dead. Yet. But it's on its deathbed. But by using the Tor browser or the Onion router, you get to try to keep your digital privacy on life support. Ride it till the wheels fall off. That's it. First try.
Rolling.
Today I'd like to talk to you about the dark web. Normally, people freak out when they hear about the dark web. That's because they're misinformed about it. They think it's just drugs.
Hello, I'm Earl Useray, and today I'd like to talk to you about...
All the users are criminals. All of them. They're coming over on the wall and they're taking our jobs.
Again.
Well, don't mind me, I was distracted. You get to... You will...
That's all, folks.